Welcome back to How to Souls. My name is Rach and today we're going to continue with our walkthrough of Elden Ring. So this episode's a little bit different. We've done most of the little caves. In fact, I think we've done all the little caves in Limgrave, so we've got a bit of map cleanup to do. There's a few world bosses that we just haven't really touched upon. We've got one here on Agheel Lake. We've got one here on the bridge. We've got one here up on this piece of ruins, and we have one here in Summonwater Village. There's also a couple of notable NPCs that I do just want to point out. Got one just here and one just here. As well as a merchant. Alexander we've already done. We found him on a previous episode, but he is here. But if you've been following this walkthrough from the start, we've already found him. And lastly, we do have the Artist Shack just here for the first of our painting puzzles to find here in Limgrave. There is a boss here in this Everjail. And it's the Crucible Knight, but we're going to do him a little bit later for reasons that will become clear. So for now, we're going to start off with Agheel. There is an NPC just here in this sort of river. It's not a river, is it? It's like a passageway. So if we just teleport to Murkwater Cave and then come out of the cave and head up the river, just north up the river. You've probably already found this guy, but just in case you haven't, here under this piece of rubble, kind of like underneath the bridge, sort of bypass kind of area, just by these jellyfish, you will find Yura. Yura's the guy that has the badminton sort of shuttlecock like on his head. So as long as you found him there, he will now move here, down to Agheel Lake South, under this piece of broken... It's rubble, isn't it? It's all just rubble. It used to be, I don't know, did a city fall from the sky? Or, I don't know. I'm going to pick up this sliver of meat because why not? Pick up all the shinies. But again, this is Yura. So Yura is an NPC closely tied to the Frenzied Flame ending. More on, obviously, that coming up later. But Yura, so I've already engaged with Agheel earlier in this walkthrough by accident. So that's why he has this piece of dialogue here. He says, "You bloody halfwit, picking a fight with a dragon." Yeah, no, I didn't mean to. I was trying to keep the walkthrough nice and tidy and I accidentally pulled the dragon. It's fine. But here's where you find him. Now, he can help you with the Agheel fight, but only if you have already engaged with Agheel. I'm unaware if you need to have like fought Agheel and died, because I did die. So I don't know if that makes a difference. I think you just have to like see the dragon and like maybe touch it. I don't know. But that's what triggers Yura's second piece of dialogue here. So you need that piece of dialogue that says, "You bloody halfwit, what are you thinking?" So if you haven't found Agheel yet, he is here just in the middle of Agheel Lake. You can see him just in the distance there. As soon as you go into this little patch of land, there's a bunch of like hollows like sitting on it. Oh look, there's my runes just behind him. He'll fly down from the sky and attack all the hollows and engage you. So once you've done that, you've spoken to Yura, you can come to this point here. If you sort of stick to the left of the dragon bone ruins, that's what they're called, right? Dragon bone ruins. To be honest, guys, this game is massive and a lot of these little ruins all sound the same. So around the left hand side, very close to Agheel, there's sort of like a tree here, like a dead tree, and here is Yura's summon sign. So if you're having a bit of trouble with Agheel, he's quite tricky. If you come here like pretty early, he's a hard boss, but obviously we've done a bunch of stuff first before coming here, so we're well equipped to take on Agheel. So do take your time and learn this boss, because there are a lot of dragon bosses in this game and they all have roughly the same moveset with some variations. So when you're hanging out near their feet, they're going to have a stomp, and also if you're more near the back of the tail, they're going to have a tail swipe as well as a sort of snap attack that you saw there. If you see him take off into the sky, he can do one of three things. He can either stomp back onto the ground like so. I quite like to just get in the habit, as soon as he takes off into the air, I will jump on Torrent, and then I'm in a good place to react to whatever comes next. Dragons are going to take way more damage getting hit in the face, as you can see here. And because we're sort of really focused on jumping attacks, you can get a nice jump attack jumping off the back of Torrent. It's a bit fiddly, but once you get the hang of it, oh my god, guys, it's so much fun. If Agheel goes down, you can press R1 or RB, whatever, at his eyeball, at the glowing orange sort of crit point, to get a crit. So again, he has flown off into the sky. We've jumped straight on Torrent. He will always breathe fire to his left. Yeah, his left, our right. So we always run to the left. Every dragon is like this. It's really reliable. Literally just mount up on Torrent, get in the habit. He's in the air, mount up, start running to the left immediately. And now he's sort of like jumped up this cliff here and he's walking very slowly down. See, usually when bosses, world bosses, field bosses, I should say, get like quite far away from their like original spawn point, they do tend to despawn. Don't worry though, any damage you've done to them does carry over when they respawn in their original place. But he doesn't seem to want to respawn, he's just slowly walking back down. So we're getting some fire breath. So the fire breath can either be a sweep from left to right, his left to his right, or it can be a sort of like straight ahead, like straight at us, very, very fast, like so. So again, you just want to run to the left to get around him. If you're quick enough, you could even jump off of Torrent at the end and get a nice wee jump attack on his head, because obviously his head is occupied trying to breathe fire. Here's another one. Right, so this fire attack is quite tricky to dodge if you are underneath him. If you're around by his feet and he does that sort of lift off and you see his mouth glowing with fire, you need to run back towards the camera, towards the player, towards you. Because as you can see there, he breathes fire at his feet and then sort of pushes himself backwards from the force of his fire. This one, yeah, you do need to just run back as soon as you see him lift off, jump on Torrent. If it helps to bind Torrent to something a bit easier to use, like for example putting him on your equipment belt so you can press square, then just do that. But yeah, so that is basically it with Agheel. So you've got avoid the tail, avoid the head, avoid the fire. If he lifts off, jump on Torrent, run to the left. Unless he hovers in the air, like so. This is going to be a stomp. You've got ample opportunity to roll out of this on time. Or you can mount off of Torrent and then just sprint out of there. That'll also work. Sprint away from him. But yeah, that's Agheel. Our damage is crazy, and especially if you do manage to get a bunch of headshots on him and he staggers, it's GG. It shouldn't give you too much bother, but if it does, we've got Yura to distract him while we can get some hits in, hopefully on the head. So that's one of our field bosses done. So it did say new power unlocked at the Church of Dragon Communion, which we have already been to. It's here after clearing Coastal Cave. You do find the Church of Dragon Communion, but this is wrong. This is a troll. Game is trolling me because there is no new power unlocked, and I looked and no, it was just the standard ones. So I don't know why it said that. So we don't have to go there and check it out, but we do have another Dragon Heart for when we do want to use that. So next up on our list of field bosses is we've got a couple of nighttime bosses. So all throughout the game, all throughout the map, there are some bosses that only spawn at night. And they are rubbish. I hate the night bosses. We've got Knight's Cavalry. I don't mind Knight's Cavalry. Actually, I don't mind them. I see what they were trying to do here. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, so they're like Nazguls, which is cool, but also they're kind of bobacks. I hate the fact that if you die to them, you have to like pass time until nightfall. If you die to them, time passes again, and then you have to like rest again and pass time again. It's just a pain in the ass. And the Deathbirds, as we're about to find out, just kind of suck. So this Knight's Cavalry could potentially be one of your first bosses in this game. He's not too bad. What I will recommend though, again, I'm making recommendations purely based off this build here. You're super limited in terms of like, obviously we don't have our little summon sign on the left there, so we cannot rely on Spirit Ashes to take aggro. So we have to kind of be careful here. You do want to let him charge at you. I recommend not using Torrent. Let him charge at you, and then we're either going to look to do the Weapon Ash or a jump attack. Jump attacks are particularly effective against the Knight's Cavalry, though, as you can see here, they can be quite difficult to land because he's zipping all over the place. So if you can get him sort of running straight at you and get a jump attack, as long as you don't get hit in the process, it can be really, really effective, and you're going to see why. Okay, so yes, so we're managing to get some good jump attacks on him, which is whittling down his health quite nicely, but more importantly, his horse is almost dead. So stay healthy. One last hit on the horse, which throws him to the ground. If you position yourself between his legs, one single RB, you know, make sure you're not blocking, etc. Because this is a crit. Now you can fight him mano el mano for a little bit, but he will very quickly, after he's done sort of having a little spin to win, very quickly, spin to win again. Where? Usually much quicker than this. There we go, much quicker than this. He took his time there. He will very, very quickly summon a brand new horse from the depths of the Shadowlands to help him. So, like, just do be aware, you're pretty much getting the crit, maybe 1 or 2 hits on him, and then you do want to back off because that summoning thing, explosion, does do some damage to you. Right, if we just get, right, 1 more hit, there we go. That's him down. Knight's Cavalry, not too bad. Just fiddly guys. Oh, this guy, oh, he's seen us, he wants to go. You want to go? You want to go? Are you a goer? Is your wife? Is she a goer? He dropped an Ash of War, repeating thrust. Pretty good. These type of Ash of Wars are really good for stagger. Right, we're going to head to the Deathbird now. Oh, do I have to? Deathbird, man. Okay, he's here. Again, another nighttime boss. Only spawns at nighttime. If we teleport to Stormhill at the War Master's shack. Alright, mate. I've forgotten his name. I was going to say Ben Hart. It's not Ben Hart. Yeah, he's still there. Yeah, down here where we've placed our marker, as soon as you approach this piece of rubble, the Deathbird will swoop on down on you. I hate the Deathbirds, man. They're just so long. They're so gangly. It's unsettling. But also, it can kind of really catch you out with, like, you think that you're far enough away from it, and then it can really quickly close some damage. They've got big, long, heckin' weapons, which can really, really catch you off guard. So I start off with a kind of ranged tactic. These flipping rams are getting in the way. I'm trying ranged, but I am finding that he's sort of just like a little bit easier at close range, at melee, getting right underneath his crotch, getting a couple hits in, perhaps with the Ash of War with some Bloodhound's finesse, doing the sort of backstep from the L2, following it up immediately with an R2, which then like steps back into the boss. That works really, really well. Yeah, again, I'm sort of trying the incantations again, but I'm just feeling a little bit, I don't know, I don't mind fighting on Torrent a lot of the time, but also I just feel like I'm better off of Torrent. Annoyingly, you have the head targeted, and the head's like really far away from the body, and it sort of flies around. It's just, they're just annoying. And obviously, if you're hanging out underneath the head, oh god, watch this grab. So if you see him roar like that, with a sort of death roar, it's a grab, so do be aware of that. It's an insta-kill. There's another grab there. So yeah, that is the problem with hanging out underneath his chin, is that peck comes out of nowhere. It's got little to no tell that it's happening. It's just all of a sudden you're pecked, you're dead. So you want to hang out underneath him, but like under his legs, sort of like behind him almost. I almost recommend just not even bothering with lock on. This is why Bloodhound's finesse works really well, because you can go underneath him, sort of backflip out of him, and then sort of forward in with the R2 and just sort of zip back and forth. Tends to work quite well with these guys. And that combo of L2 and then R2, you'll find it'll bamboozle most enemies and bosses. So your reward for getting down this Deathbird is the blue feathered branch sword. It's like your blue tearstone ring. It reduces your damage taken by 50% when you're under 20% HP. Now, I often find that when you're under 20% HP, you're one hit away from death anyway, so it's not very useful, but it could save your life if you have nothing else better. But we do. Right, over here, you can meet D. You guys know D? The crazy guy? Crazy. Yeah, that's right. D's nuts. Got him. I'm sorry. But I'm not really. I'm not really sorry. So he's here in Limgrave, provided you have not been a bit naughty and gone exploring, which we have done. If you have been to Caelid, which we have done, he will not be here. And he will not be available as a summon for the Tibia Mariner here in Summon Water Village. But you're allowed to bring Spirit Ashes. You really don't need D here. Like, this boss is maybe the easiest boss in the game, possibly. So you don't need him, but he's around about here on this road. We're heading up the road because there's a merchant here that I missed before. So just going to go and say hi to him. He has a cookbook that's very important for everyone. Everyone buy this cookbook. What do you mean? I don't have a bow. I don't need it. Yes, you do. This will allow us to craft poison arrows. Oh, there's a pot here to get as well. Yeah, poison arrows and bolts. Poison is so good in this game. Most things can be poisoned. And it's just a really reliable way of killing things, poisoning them. So yeah, pick up this cookbook. So we've got options. You can buy poison arrows later on in the game. Probably much easier than you can craft them, but now we can craft them. So heading back along east to Summonwater Village. Dee's summon sign is around about here, kind of like south of here. But trust me, you don't need it. If anything, just use a Spit of Ash. But yeah, so you want to jump off Torrent, jump attack onto this guy. Only things you're really looking out for is he will summon some friends. Oh, he teleports away, but that's no big deal. Back on Torrent, gonna go and find him. Yeah, he summons some pals. Those who live in death, obviously, once you down them, they will try to... I say obviously. Sorry if it might not be obvious. Once you kill them, you need to hit them again so they don't resurrect. But also the bosses... oh, that was sexy, that. Did you see that? That was some sexy Bloodhound Fang action. You don't even need to bother about the ads, really, because the boss has such little health. You can literally just wail on him. A couple of Ash of Wars... What is it? Bloodhound's Finesse. I keep forgetting what it's called. I keep thinking Bloodhound Step, but that's obviously different. Watch out for... I mean, it's very slow and very obvious when he does this, just to back off, because it's like a big AoE. If you do get a little bit overwhelmed and you want to just quickly take out the skeletons before they resurrect, you can do that. But a couple of jump attacks and this guy's down. So, another enemy felled. Another world boss down. Excuse me. We get a death root for this and the skeletal militia ashes. They're a decent spirit ash actually, because they are those who live in death. So they could potentially, if you're really lucky, just keep resurrecting all throughout the boss fight. Don't leave without first getting this. Look for these tortoises. Actually, Rachel, that's a dog. Okay, right, okay. Look for these dogs. Pop a stone sword key in here and head down into the cellar. Cellar full of dogs. Here behind the store we will find the green turtle talisman. This is your equivalent of your Chloranthy ring from Dark Souls. Increases stamina recovery. I mean, I do feel like stamina is quite generous in Elden Ring. So green turtle talisman in Elden Ring is not as good as the Chloranthy ring in Dark Souls, but if you've got nothing better, it is actually probably the best thing for us at the minute. This or the physical damage resistance talisman, I would say. Depends if you want more offense or defense. Although I would argue the green turtle talisman is more of a defense talisman anyway. But yeah, it's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. Right, okay, so that's another world boss down. That is us done. We don't need D, he's in the round table hold. That's us done with Limgrave. There's one boss left, obviously the Crucible Knight in the Everjail, but we are saving him for later. So we'll come back to him. We're going to go to the Artist's Shack now. Easily missable. It is a puzzle. Now, if you're like me and you quite like figuring out puzzles, I actually implore you to maybe skip this section and maybe try and figure it out for yourself, because I know I loved like this little aspect of the game. But if you don't care and you just want to know the answer, then listen for it. But let me explain what it's all about. We'll find a painting. That painting will show a scene, and if you've been exploring the world and taking in your surroundings, you might recognize where it might be. So you're going to want to go to the place where the painting was made, where the painter would have sat to paint the painting. So if you make your way there and you find it, you'll find a spooky ghost man that will reward you with your prize and puzzle solved. So if you're interested in that, that's the last thing we do in this episode, so you can go ahead and skip to the next episode if you did want to find it yourself. I totally understand. But if you want me to just tell you where it is, that's what we're going to do now. Okay, we're putting a couple points in. To be honest, I think we're just going to keep leveling Vigor. Health is king in this game. We eventually want to end up with 60 Vigor by the time we're in the DLC. So yeah, keep leveling health. Here's the painting. So I know exactly where this is because we've been exploring. It's down on the south sort of shore, on the cliffs south of Limgrave, overlooking Weeping Peninsula. If you go into your inventory under your notes, you can see it again at any time if you do want to like sort of try and line up where it is. But it's kind of small, so it's kind of annoying. Now it's down here. There is meant to be a grace here, but I haven't managed to get it yet. So I'll need to south of the Dragonburnt ruins, like around about here or so. There should be a grace. So I'm going to first find this grace, and then I'll head up north to where the painting was. So Agheel Lake South, just head on over. Get in the habit of using markers, and also for using markers and waypoints. That's it. So this blue thing, I guess I'd call a waypoint. This map is enormous, and they're a real big help, but get in the habit of cleaning them up after you. Like, if you run straight through the waypoint, that will automatically dissipate it, but as you'll notice here, I don't run through it, so I do need to like tidy that up off my map later on. When there's gold flakes falling from the air tree, super beautiful, but that means everything you kill gives you more runes. I think it's like 10% more runes, something like that. So keeping the cliffs to your left, we're going to head north, kind of northwest kind of direction. You can see the arches here that you can see in the painting. This one here, this is it. This is where it is. There's the painter. So if you just sort of go up to him, there it is. You can see the tombstones and the minor air tree and all that. Your prize is the incantation scarab. So it's right here. If you want to come straight here, if you've already got the grace, it's right here. Put a wee marker here on the sort of elevated bit on the cliff here. So the incantation scarab, it sounds like a talisman. It's not a talisman, it's a helm, a head item. So you can pop that on your head to reduce the FP costs of incantations. It reduces them by 15%, but it does make you take 5% more damage from all sources. It's negligible. I don't like how it looks, so I won't be wearing it. But if you're min-maxing, you can maybe try that one out. Anyway, that's it. That's us. So in the next episode, we're going to head to the Weeping Peninsula. There's loads to do there. I hope you're enjoying the walkthrough. If you are, be sure to leave the video a like. That would really help us out. Subscribe to see the next part first, and I will see you in the next video.